And welcome back. Thank you again for watching Sunday Brunch with Lubna. हमारा नंबर है 855-886-6387 एक्सटेंशन 4. आप नंबर स्क्रीन पे भी देख रहे हैं, आप कॉल कर सकते हैं और हमारा ईमेल एड्रेस से बता दूं sundaybrunchtv1global.us and of course you can email us too. और आज का शो तो डिफरेंट इसलिए it's our my 2-year anniversary being a part of TV1 and thank you for those kind words to my guest. जिन्होंने थोड़ी देर पहले कॉल की. आज हमने तो और आपने बहुत सारी बातें कर ली. अब हमारे जो गेस्ट हैं उनसे बात करते हैं. असलम चिवानी फ्रॉम डेको आर्ट. The first question I have to ask you that I think it's on everyone's mind. Why did you start this company?
Yeah, I would say this was my passion since childhood.
Okay.
And about 4.5 years ago, I was doing my cousin's wedding.
Okay.
And while I was creating the atmosphere and the trend that I wanted to bring in,
Right.
the person that was doing it, actually she offered me to become her partner.
Okay.
And I totally don't believe in partnerships or something like that.
Right.
So I said, I'm going to buy your company, and that way I can, go out and do whatever I want to do and not be limited to.
Of course.
So Alhamdulillah, I did that, bought the company, and started my own trend.
Wow, very nice. Because I think it's fun when you have a passion for something and you
Right.
actually make it your work. It doesn't feel like work.
Exactly.
Okay, another important question I had to ask you, Deco Art, honestly, you do it right here in Houston. I mean, amazing work you guys do. But what about different areas? We have people watching in different parts of the U.S. What if someone has this big extravagant wedding or some event? Do you guys travel to
we
other
have
places?
been to Austin, Dallas, of
Okay.
course, New Orleans, Louisiana. So we are expanding in that area at the moment.
Okay, you are.
So yes, Alhamdulillah, we have a big crew.
Okay,
So our guys actually go out there.
they go out there.
Yeah,
and do
we're
it.
not just limited to Houston.
Right,
But-
and being in the field, and I think being in any field, you have to keep up with the trends that are going on. So right
Correct.
now, when it comes to weddings, let's talk about weddings. I know Ramzan is coming up
Right.
in just a few weeks,
Right.
inshallah. But right now, what are the trends for weddings that you have seen people are wanting a lot or demanding it?
It's actually, I would say, not a trend, but a theme that we actually work with. So our
Okay.
designing team actually goes with a theme that we want to
Okay.
create a wedding. So every theme, I want to do it different from the other.
Right.
I hate repeating ourselves. So
Exactly.
if we come with a stage or a look,
Right,
we want
right.
to come back and do it again, but in a different way or a different concept.
Right, so it never looks the same. Like
Exactly.
one wedding is like it's the same colors. and stuff.
Absolutely.
So what is trending right now that you would see?
Mostly, I would say, very contemporary style, very modern style. Very clean line look and stuff like that. Not
Okay.
the traditional stuff that we see in Pakistan or
Pakistan
India.
stuff, right,
Yeah.
right. And right now, because I know the weddings become so extreme, I mean like Aqiqahs, all those little
Yeah.
celebrations, they even become big. What are some mistakes that what you have seen? What are some mistakes that people make when choosing someone to decorate or plan out their event?
I would say that don't just do your homework before you choose somebody. Second of all, when you choose somebody, let them do whatever they want to do.
Okay,
And everybody has a forte.
right,
And I would say, okay, if you're coming to me, let us design your work and kind of trust in us and see,
Right.
how far we can go.
right.
Sometimes I would say a lot of brides do get stressed out, calling us and, is this happening? Is this happening? It's like, yeah, it is happening.
You're just like, we
But
got it, we're
yeah,
doing it.
exactly.
Okay, with
So
that.
I would say don't stress out during the event and just let it be. And
Right.
as smooth as it goes, everything falls into the right place.
Of course, definitely. And I do want to give out the number if you want to call. अगर आपने भी कुछ सवाल करना है जब बात आती है डेकोरेशन के इवेंट्स में, you can definitely call in. अगर आपने शो के बारे में कुछ कहना है, you can certainly do that. हमारा नंबर है 855-886-6387 extension 4. Aslam, another question which comes to my mind. Usually when it comes to our weddings, when it comes to our events, everyone wants to get involved, right? You have the mother-in-law saying, ye karna hai. You have the daughter-in-law saying this. You have the groom's aunt saying something. What do you think right now? And I know I'm putting you in a tough spot. What is something that they should decide, if we're getting someone, who should we need to discuss? Because I'm not sure if you've had that where you have someone saying, what, main to ye keh rahi thi, wo ye keh raha hai. So what about that? What would you want to say?
It puts us in a very tight spot.
Right,
And obviously we do a binding contract with the client.
Right.
We're only going to listen to this person and
You
not
actually
this
put that in
person.
writing?
Absolutely, we
Okay.
do.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, the final day, whenever it comes, we have it that we call it a point POC, which is a point of contact.
Okay.
So
that's
if
the only
anybody
person.
wants to make any changes, whether it be the family member or the friend or anybody like that,
Right.
we would actually call them. Everybody, we listen to everybody, but at the end of the day, it's either the bride or the groom that we
Who's going to
listen to.
decide it? Exactly.
And when obviously I used to do this before, so I used to always say, "Nahi, mujhe ye chahiye," and stuff,
Right,
and
right.
I always used to kind of butt in, but everybody wants to say something about the event. Everybody's
course.
concerned about it.
Of course.
But at the end of the day, it boils down to the bride and the groom.
The bride and the groom, because
Absolutely.
it's their event.
Yes.
And we're talking about that. Another thing that I've seen, and I think it's changing now. I think it's evolving. Before it would be like everybody would have their way, and the bride would be just sitting there. And again, that's another topic. If the bride should be doing that, groom should be doing that.
Right.
But I think because again, I'm trying to bring a little bit of the something how it's going to help the community. When it's the event, I think the girl's mother or the boy's mom, they should kind of think, you know what, this is their moment. Let them
Right.
do whatever. Because many times they're like, tumne ye kyun kar diya? Why did you do this or why do that? But I think that moment, that special day in a person's life, I think everyone should be kind of like back off.
Exactly.
Let the person do it.
Right.
I bet people must be like, Lubna naam se getting back off. But the thing is, it's important, I think.
It
And
is.
that, because you can't go back in time and change that,
Right.
and especially now with a lot of things changing, I think it's completely different. Another really quick question that I wanted to ask you. Being in this field, and you've been doing this for many years, it was a passion that you were doing. And I know you talked in the beginning how you were not into being partners, which obviously there's been good things, there's been bad things. How do you
Absolutely.
keep your partnership, if it's your friend that you're partnered with, how do you keep that separate and business separate for those people who are thinking of partnerships?
Right. You know what? Abdul, he could not make it today. He is actually on his way, but I don't know if he can make it or not. But he's a good friend, 18 years of our friendship. And he used to be a fashion designer. Yes, I don't believe in partnership, but as soon as I got into this and we kind of talked about it, I envision things and he makes it happen.
Right.
So this kind of partnership is very important. It's basically how you implement the things and how you put everything forth together.
Of course.
So
And that's
yes,
important.
it makes a huge difference.
It does. And being in any business or being in any field, many people are having their businesses or working. What about the support you have at home? I know you have a wife, and do you get like calls, you're not home yet? How does that work? And what advice would you have for those people who are busy with this?
I would say my wife is pretty good at this. Every year I tell her, give me one more year. My daughter is watching, Hira and Soha. But I'll tell you that it's very hard. It's been 4 years that I have not gotten out of Houston
Right,
on a
because you're so
vacation.
busy.
Yes,
Wow.
weekdays it's all meetings, weekends it's all events.
Really?
But every year my wife has been very supported. My family, my mother, father, brother,
been
sister,
supportive.
everybody has been very supportive of me
Right,
in doing this. So it makes a huge difference. And thanks to my entire family, from my Nanyal to my Dadyal,
Right.
everybody is my backbone.
backbone,
It's
okay.
amazing. I have about 150 family members, which is just from my
Wow.
mom's side and my dad's side.
MashaAllah, right.
So
right.
alhamdulillah, I'm very blessed with that.
Mashallah. And you just said something which obviously I'm on your wife's side, but you just said you tell her 1 year. Now you have to, on national TV, the whole US and Canada is watching, when are you going to take vacation with her?
5 years.
5 years, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I was trying, he would have said, you know what, 6 months.
I'm going to get killed, by the way, by the time I
Yes,
get
you
home.
have to go home
Yeah,
after
absolutely.
this. Don't you think 5 years is a lot? I mean, you
No,
have to also...
I would say 1 year mark.
There's your 1
and
year
after
again.
That, yeah,
Okay,
1
I'm
year.
so sorry. You know what? Your wife has to contact me. I want to have her on the show.
Exactly. I'm going to give her your number.
All right, no, definitely. I think, of course, you're busy, and I think when you're in demand, when people are really wanting you to do the event planning, the decorating, I think it takes a lot because it's their special day, so I know it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of commitment. I certainly can agree with that. Even with my show being on Sundays, sometimes like, oh my God. But the good thing is, by the time I get home, it's when my kids are waking up, so it kind of works good. So, and again, because there's so much planning you have to do.
Exactly.
It's not, and especially with your work, the colors, the combination, and having everything flawless. I think that's something important.
Exactly.
Of course, आप भी call कर सकते हैं. Number है 855-886-6387 extension 4. And you can call in and ask a question if you'd like. And Colors, I did want to ask you. You said it's more like contemporary right now. What about the colors that people are doing for weddings now, or even like anniversaries? What do you see more?
Colors, I would say opposite colors of whatever the
Opposite colors.
opposite colors. So if you're wearing blue, we'd go with red, and if you're
with
wearing red, we'd go with the opposite
with the
color
opposite.
family.
Okay.
So this way, when the bride or the party that walks up, they're they actually pop out.
Okay, definitely. And we have a call right now. Assalamu alaikum, आप on air हैं?
हेलो
जी, कौन बात कर रही है, कहाँ से?
मैं सोहा जवानी हूँ। मैं असम की बेटी हूँ
जी जी।
और मैं खाली कॉल करी बोलने के लिए कि आई वांट टू wish my dad good luck.
Oh, that's so sweet. Let me ask you, how old are you?
10 years.
How, 10?
10 years old.
10 years old.
Yes, she's 10
She's
years
10.
old.
So you just said, let me ask you something. What is the best part about what your dad does?
Even though he's on work, he still makes a lot of money just to care for us.
Oh, that is
Take
so
some
sweet.
money, huh?
Yes, that is so sweet. That is
She's
such
a
a sweet
sweetheart.
thing. Really. Well, I'm going to have I'll be having your mom on the show. I guess I have to have you on the show too. But what do you think about your dad being on TV right now?
I'm very surprised and very happy for him.
Okay, definitely. Would you like to say something to her?
Hi, Soha, beta. How are you?
I'm good. Papa, congratulations.
Thank you, beta.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. That is so sweet.
Yes.
At least she didn't call and say, this is happening. Dad, come
She
home.
actually wakes up at 1 or 2 on Sundays, and she actually woke up at 10:45 saying, "Papa, you're heading out, so I'm going to be watching TV."
Oh, that is so
So
sweet.
yeah, that was kind of surprising. She's one of my late Latif girls, like me, that wakes up late.
The wakes up late,
Yeah.
I know. Well, it's Sunday, but she got up.
She got up just
I
to
think
watch
Dad
the
has
show.
to, on the way home, get something for her.
Absolutely.
No, that's
Absolutely.
wonderful. I think it's even nicer when your kids
Right.
encourage you, when they support you. I think that means a lot.
They do support me a lot. I'm very blessed, again, with my family, with my entire family. I'm very blessed.
Of course. And being where you are right now, and and again, because it's a very different show. It's my two-year anniversary show on TV1. Let me ask you another question, which I think a lot of people can relate to, or kind of be like, this is something that they think about. Going to any business, going to any field, how important it is to have the family support. Do you think if you didn't have the family support, you would not be where you are right now, or do you think it wouldn't make a difference?
No, absolutely. In any business, whether it be this or any other business,
Right.
family support, it's a must.
Right.
Because once you're at work, you don't see your family, but when you go home and when you see them happy and greet you and stuff, it makes a huge difference.
Right.
So, what just like you,
Right.
you were out last night.
Right.
At the event,
Right.
and probably came home around 3 or 4, and then
Yes.
again you're out in the morning.
Yes.
So it's basically your family support.
Of
You
course.
want to go back home and you want to see the smiling faces and not just griping and all that. Kahan the, kya the, and stuff like
Exactly. Because then already you're tired with that thing, and that's the thing. Sunday afternoon having
Right.
the show, and then Saturday night there's always an event, and Friday night I was hosting that Beauty of Humanity event. So it's been just crazy. Anyway, it's not crazy. हम वापस आ रहे हैं break के बाद और बात करेंगे आपसे. Thank you so much for being a part of Sunday Brunch. We'll be right back.